Good evening. This is Max Knight, and this is my program development plan uh, uh, reflection video. Going right off the bat here, I spent a little bit of time going through my development plan that I created at the beginning of the semester, and I did not do a great job. Kind of looking at it and knowing what I know now and going through what I've gone through so far, I think my goals, or a couple of them, were pretty unrealistic, really. Where I was creating infographics, like I think one or two a month, participating in like an ongoing blog. Um, I mean, for me right now, I think those goals were pretty unattainable looking at them now. Uh, just because time management, unfortunately, is still a big issue for me. Uh, as far as planning out when I'm going to do homework and uh, being punctual here and there. And so it's frustrating that at this point in time I haven't gotten that figured out, and I probably would have been able to you know scratch the surface a little bit and try to accomplish those, um, but that's a whole nother digression. But yeah, kind of going through the whole thing, there's only been a few things I've really kind of scratched the surface with, but uh, I'll go into it a little bit later. But there are a few things I changed that I think I'll be able to uh, better implement and better try and practice and do more of. Um, so to kind of go over the changes I made, as far as the integrative healthcare section. Excuse me, I gotta pull this part up. I mentioned that I'd like to be better at providing quality patient education through the use of infographics and online education, just so patients can make more educated decisions on their own healthcare. And so, oddly enough, kind of going through research methods where we had to create a question and build off of that and use that as a research topic, mine ended up being basically this. With the use of passive education, and again, I'm planning on using infographics, making an online, or I'm making a website free for patients to go on to and use for their own information, their own use, their own benefit. So, oddly enough, um, I forgot about this, but I was still working on it at the same time. So, I thought that was pretty funny. That I still kind of ended up there. Um, the clinical philosophy, I mentioned how I'd like to develop one and then post it in my athletic training room. I think I have my philosophy down. It's just a matter of figuring out how to get a poster of that and make it look nice and affordable. I think I found my gateway with that, especially more now. I think now next semester I'll be really able to accomplish these goals just because I've gotten a feel for my setting. I've met some people. So I'll be able to type up my clinical philosophy, and I believe the art director at the high school I work at, she and I have collaborated a little bit as far as kind of making my room a little bit I guess visually pleasing with some posters and things like that we've developed for the school's athletic training room. So I found a free way of making really nice looking posters through her. So I think by hopefully the end of January I can get that, or sooner. Gosh, I hope sooner. I can get that up. And then kind of going down, so some changes I made to my goals. So first, I mentioned how I wanted to contribute to the Den Digest, where it's kind of like a blog that gets emailed every morning with topics that athletic trainers are kind of talking about. I scratched that and I changed that to actually, reading more articles posted by journals that I follow on Twitter and Facebook about various topics, really. And so I see them all the time. I always want to read them, but I take priority of homework and things along the lines of class more importantly than kind of just casual reading. So I'd like to work on that just to stay in touch with the current literature that's coming out and kind of expand my knowledge base on different topics and kind of make me more aware of things. And it also kind of helped me, get closer to using, or how do I rephrase this? It'll help the use of EBP for sure, going to the literature. Another thing I changed was as far as, posting infographics and things of that nature on Twitter, to only doing just a once a month, end of the month blog about my experience in the DAT, what I've learned that month, what we're doing, and kind of reflecting on that and just posting it to the public just so, people, my peers, colleagues, classmates, they can see my progress as an individual, and also people who maybe are interested in the DAT, they can maybe be referred to one of my tweets, or they may see it because maybe retweeted or something, and they'll be like, oh yeah, that seems cool, maybe I should check out the DAT. So I think that'll be more attainable for me. So those are just a few changes I've made. Other than that, I think I can make more progress on these goals in this next semester. So in the first part of the video, I mentioned my performance really, just quickly about how, I really haven't done well at accomplishing those goals that I set. But again, knowing what I know now, some of them were not that attainable. So as I said in the first part, I made some changes. Just little ones here and there, but I think I have a better idea of how I'm going to attack this, really. So one of the first ones I have, the first goal I have is to work on casually reading articles that are posted from journals that I follow on Twitter or Facebook. So like ClinAT, the British Journal of Medicine, NATA, just to name a few. And I know they post articles like once a day or once every other day or something like that. And they usually seem like really good reads, really interesting reads, but I never give them a shot just because of class taking priority and not really managing my time that well. So I think to kind of attain this is I want to start working on waking up on a more earlier time other than like 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, because at that point it's just too late in the day for me to have that casual reading time, that luxury time. So this is video proof of me holding myself accountable to start waking up at 6 a.m., going to bed at hopefully a reasonable time, waking up at 6 a.m. and just casually reading one of these articles, that I found or retweeted or saved or something. Just a nice casual read, again, to kind of increase my knowledge on that kind of subject, open my eyes to new kinds of concepts, and just kind of reinforce going to the literature and seeing what's out there and kind of creating a better habit about that. And then kind of a specific step to get to that goal or meet that goal. Again, is just to pick one or two articles, and then give a quick article review on Twitter. maybe retweeting that article link with my little synopsis of what I thought about it. I think that'll be really beneficial. It's kind of like my own personal book club, just with myself. So yeah, I'd like to start doing that. I think that's a pretty good way to attack that. My next one, again, I changed this to what I'm about to tell you now. It's a monthly blog post about my own personal growth in the DAT. So it'll be once a month thing, maybe twice a month if I'm feeling really good. Just once a month on Twitter about how the DAT is influencing me and athletic training in general, and where it can be taking us as a profession, and yeah, how it's kind of just shaping me as a clinician and as a person. So it's kind of a nice reflection thing that I can just write out, spill my guts out on, and then reflect, learn from it, make better, stronger goals through that. So yeah, that'll be just like a once a month thing. I think for me right now, it'll kind of help me balance my time management skills there with that. It'll give me enough time in the month. It's just one post, should be fairly simple, and it's just a quick reflection. So this should be attainable. I don't know why. I guess I've just been pretty lazy about it, and this semester. But I think going forward, it's no excuse not to make one reflection post about what's affecting me daily. The really great effects of the DAT daily. So moving on here, I want to improve patient education through the use of posters and graphics online and in the athletic training room. So with this, like I said in the previous, the first video, I'm already kind of doing this with my research right now, just because I wanted to use passive education through the use of infographics on a website to help educate firefighters on on common injuries they see in their field and interventions that educate them before they have to take time off to go see the doctor or anything like that. So I think I'm slowly but surely obtaining that. I think I could go a step further by downloading like free infographics from the BOC and NATA, and printing those out and bringing them into my athletic training room and putting them up on the walls. That's something I can do tomorrow. And again, I can't believe I haven't obtained that goal yet. So that should be obtained here pretty soon. Kind of moving forward here. Other than that, there's use of goniometry. I do have a goniometer now, so we're moving forward. I listed that I wanted to do this on all evaluations, so I just made this more attainable by only doing the ankle and knee evaluations, just so I don't, my evaluations don't take forever, and that's why I can be more comfortable getting the goniometer out and using it. So other than that, nothing else has really changed. I think moving forward, the changes I made will be more attainable, and hopefully by the end of next semester, I will have met all 6 of these goals here, and I grow as a professional, and also with these Twitter posts and these reflections, this will also kind of benefit my Twitter, my online presence that I want to make. Or create and kind of have that reputation kind of as an active voice on there. So I think that'll on the back burner kind of influence that and kind of make that aspect of my goals that I want to obtain with that more foreseeable. So thank you for watching.